Good morning, everyone. How are you? Welcome to class 2 of Organic Sanskrit 3. Congratulations to everybody for getting enough Sanskrit to come and do this work with us together. It's great. Let's have the first slide. Hi, Kathy. Okay, well, that's the title slide. And I just want to comment that due to the amazing work of a lot of people behind the scenes, we have this beautiful design, which Marina and Amirta put together. And Amirta has made a Zoom background for you, which she put in the Telegram chat. But she said it so humbly, I don't know if you will notice that you have the opportunity to download it and use it if you wish. And I also wanted to thank the wonderful people over at Xuanzang's Tower Academy. I'm sorry, I don't even know their names, but they created the sort of logo that we use for Organic Sanskrit. You see it up in the upper right-hand corner, and I think that's very beautiful as well. And just another bit of information, the Devanagari in this beautiful Zoom background is the Heart Sutra. So it's something, even if you can't read it yet, it's something that's very nice to have in your consciousness. So let's try the next slide. Okay, now I wonder if anyone in this class attends the mixed nuts sessions. Those are held on Mondays and Saturdays, and many times led by Geshe Michael. And we go through translations. 95% are from the Tibetan into English. But one class, Seiji Ozawa's class, they are translating the Bodhisattva Charyavatara into English, and they use not only the Tibetan, but the original Sanskrit that this work was written in by Master Shantideva in the 8th century. So here's my proposal to you. And I think that was Elena who said not all are led by Geshe Michael, and that's correct. But here's my proposal to you. Since we are consulting the Sanskrit text in Seiji's class on Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, I wanted to invite you all to attend that mixed nuts class if you can. I'm in the process of begging Geshe Michael to let us read in Sanskrit. So not just me, once in a while I get the opportunity to read in Sanskrit. But since there are a number of you in this class who know Sanskrit well and can pronounce all Sanskrit words correctly, I want to invite you all to come. And in case Geshe Michael leads it, I expect he will this time, but everything is subject to change. And if we get to read Sanskrit, and I say, who's here who wants to read Sanskrit? One or more of you volunteer. So the opportunity is coming up Monday. I believe that is the 26th. Seiji's class, Guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life, will be held. Sanskrit will be consulted And if Geshe Michael is feeling beneficent and lets us read, one of us could volunteer. Yes, it is a great opportunity. So let's see if we can make it happen. But it will only work if at least one or two of you come to this class. And I know it might be an awkward time, but if you can, let's do that. And if you are planning to attend, let me know in Telegram. So at least I will have some idea in advance that there might be Sanskrit students available to read if the opportunity arises. No guarantees, but we'll keep trying. Okay. And I also wanted to ask if any, thank you, Elena, that would be wonderful. I wanted to ask if anyone is still working on memorizing the Sanskrit for chapter 3, verses 25 and 26 that we have been working on, because Geshe promised $100 to anyone who could recite those verses. I think he meant in English, but we could learn them in Sanskrit, and he would be very surprised and happy, I think. So if anyone is still working on that, let me know. We can easily set up a study group to just practice that if anyone wants to do it. So extra credit opportunities. Maria, those are verses chapter 325 and chapter 326. If we have time, we'll get to 26 at the end of this class. But they are the verses dealing with the Bodhisattva vows, where the person taking vows realizes that for the first time their life has meaning because they have become a member of the Buddha's family. So they're two really beautiful verses that Geshe Michael asked us to work on. Okay. Let's sing the vowel song. And you know I can't sing, so help me out here. Everybody, open your mics, be brave, and we'll just get started. No text, we have to memorize this. All right. 1, 2, 3. Uh, uh,
E,
E,
er,
O, U,
er,
R,
er.
Ler,
I, O,
I, O, Au,
uh, eh,
E,
er,
O,
er, er, ler.
L,
A,
A,
I,
Au, O,
ow.
Au,
Does anybody feel brave enough to try it by themselves for us? Elena, Maria, somebody.
I'll do it wrong just to embarrass myself.
Good, go for it, word.
I used to know it, but now I'm rusty, so just correct me or whatever. Uh uh e uh
Help
oh
them out, come on.
oh oh
No, ooh, ooh.
ooh oh yeah ooh um er er uh uh I
A,
O L A O
AI,
A I ow.
O,
Oh, that's what the O is.
A, I, O.
A I O
What's left?
and
Wait, you skipped the fourth one. What's the fourth diphthong? You said it between.
ow ow. Okay, and that's what's and then and huh.
Very good.
Oof. All right.
Not as easy as it sounds.
I
All right,
can try
somebody
also.
else. Come on. Yeah. Who's that? Elena? Maria? Who is
Yeah.
that? Elena.
I, I, U, U, R, L, E, I, O, ow, ah.
Pretty good. I want
And
everybody.
then,
Yeah, go ahead.
and then the rest, kaka.
Oh, we're not there yet.
Okay.
Just fast right now. Okay. But I want everybody to remember the primal sound of Sanskrit. What is it? Do it with me. The very first letter. It's not cat. Ah. It is uh
Uh,
uh
Uh,
uh. Yes.
uh.
Very good. Okay.
is it long or short, Christina? Is it or
Well, the primal sound is It's just
Mm,
the sound
okay.
of cut in English.
Okay.
There's two versions. It could be or
Okay. Thank you.
2 beats. It's
Thank you.
option. Yes, but the key thing is not to say ah. The key thing is to say whether it's long or short. Okay, great. And we remember that it's important to learn these sounds associated with the IAS letters, or even better, the Devanagari, and not to associate them with vowel sounds in our own native language, because that will likely create confusion later. So just attach them in your mind to the IAS letters and associate the sound with that letter. Okay. Let's have the next slide. I think there's one before that. Yeah. Okay, so as you remember, in Organic Sanskrit 3, we're going to do a little bit of review as we go along. And we just talked a little bit about those 4 middle vowels. And the names of these in Sanskrit are guna and vrdi. And there you see a beautiful cerebral N in guna and a nice vowel R in vrdi. So these translations are approximate, but we can translate guna as strengthened, and we can translate vrdi as increased. You see, they're very similar in meaning. They explain how the vowels in the middle of the list, after the 5 simple vowels and before the 2 vowel markers, are created. And they're in different order than we sing them, but the A and the O are guna, and they're created. The A is created by combining the and the I sound. So to the Sanskrit ear, A sounds like A, A, A. And the O sound is created with the and the simple vowel U. And that sound to the Sanskrit ear is ow, oh, oh. It's not exactly the same in our Western languages, but you can see how it's formed. Now, the 2 vrdi vowels, which in other language systems are called diphthongs, meaning combined vowels, are I and ow. And these 2 are created with the primal sound again, but with the guna. So and A to the Sanskrit ear sounds like I. And O to the Sanskrit ear sounds like ow, ow. So that's how these are formed. And it will help us understand how to pronounce them really properly if we know how they come about. Okay. Now, next slide. And here's, Elena, where we're going to work on consonants. Okay, so I got some feedback that people wanted to do a little more work on consonants. So we're going to review a little here. So let's recite. These are the 25 main consonants with their vargas. And you will recall that the varga is the number to the left, and the consonants all in that line, in that row, are the same varga. So let's recite. Everybody together, open your mics. Ka, ha, ga, ga, ra, cha, cha, ra, cha, na, ta, ta, da, da, na, ta, ta, da, da, na, pa, ba, ma. Very good. So this is the main list of consonants. There are 8 others, but let's remember that because Devanagari is not an alphabet, but an abugida, which means it's a system of writing which automatically has a vowel sound attached to each consonant. In Sanskrit, that vowel is that primal that we have to write that letter when we create the consonants. In English, you would just write the K, for instance, but that would be incorrect in the Sanskrit transliteration. And let's review a little bit the tongue positions for each varga. What is the tongue position for the first varga? Who remembers?
There is no tongue position. It's just your throat.
No,
Guttural.
5. There is a tongue position for the first varga.
Guttural.
Yes, guttural. And where do you put your tongue?
It floats? Is that?
Behind.
Yes, all the way back. You fold it in half and stuff it down the back of your throat, and you make a guttural sound. So, yeah, go ahead. More. Say the rest. Valka. No. That's not an easy one. Where is the tongue position for Varga number 2? Nobody remembers. Okay.
The palate.
It's the palatal position. So you make your tongue flat and pull it way back in your mouth so that the flat of your tongue is up against that little bump in the back of the roof of your mouth. So you say, kra, kra, say with me, kra, kra, na, kra, kra, gra, gra, na. Good. Now, this is a difficult sound to make, and when you're reciting a lot of Devanagari, it is probably the case that it's just going to be approximately like that. But the closer you can get your tongue to that position, the more correct your pronunciation. Yeah. The third varga is, who remembers it? Somebody has to remember where your tongue is.
Cerebral.
Yes. So that means your tongue is
Up to the brain.
up to the brain. Some people call this varga the retroflex position, but I prefer to call it the cerebral position because it helps me remember that I stick the tip of my tongue straight up my brain. Very good. Ta ta da da na. Everybody say it. Ta
No.
Great. Okay, the fourth varga. Where is your tongue?
Dental.
Yes,
Dental.
gentle,
Behind teeth.
behind the teeth. Very natural, very logical. So let's put our tips of our tongues behind our teeth and say, ta,
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 da, da, na.
Na.
Good. And the fifth varga. Where's your tongue? This is time
Palatal.
words and
Palatal.
what?
And labial.
Label.
Labial. So your tongue is where?
Lips.
Yes, it's not so much that your tongue is near your,
Lips.
you don't do much with your tongue here, but you make your lips, you use your lips when you say these letters. So we're going to say p, p,
Pa.
p.
Pa.
Pa, pa, ma.
Ma.
Good. And what's the vowel that's associated with the fifth varga? Does anyone remember? Невозможно. What vowel is it? It's the ooh.
Ooh.
And, right. Thank you. Who is that? Maria. The ooh, and basically you will notice that to say that sound properly, you do have to use your lips. So you make your lips into a round circle. Ooh. And say, everybody say ooh. Right. Ooh. It's not a, it's a ooh. Okay. Great. All right. Questions? Yeah.
I have a question. Are you saying for the first Varga we curl the tip of our tongue back, or are we supposed to use the back of our tongue and leave the tip neutral to make the sound correctly?
The way it's advised to do it, which is very difficult, is literally to fold your tongue in half backwards and stick it down the back of your throat. So the tip of your tongue is actually folded back and sort of pushed down your throat to make a guttural sound. Cur, cur.
Okay.
Okay. It's not, it's challenging to speak this consistently, exactly properly. But I like to say that if we have the technicalities correct in our minds, we can make a very good result occur. So we'll try the best we can. Next slide. Okay, here they are in Devanagari. Same letters. And we're going to recite them again, but this time without the support of the ayast. So the objective here is to get ourselves familiar with what these sounds look like in Devanagari. And it just points to the value of memorizing the 5 groups of main consonants, the 25 main consonants. Because if we memorize them, when we look at them in rows like this, we can get more familiar with them. So let's see if we can do this. Does anybody want to try the first varga to recite it?
I can try.
Okay, I don't know, is that Elena or Maria or
I can try. Lena.
Elena?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. Remember the sound. I don't want to hear any ah. I want to hear
Ka, ka, ga, ga, nga.
Very good. Who wants to try the second varga? Maria can't because she's translating, so she's doing it anyway. Anybody? Anybody remember what they are? A word. Go ahead.
I'll do it. I have a question though.
Yeah.
Is the sound for the aspirated ones, is it still one beat?
Yeah, we're not actually creating words here. So everything is just a single beat. Once we create words and attach long or short vowels to them, we will have 1 beat syllables and 2 beat syllables. but these are not in words. These are just like memes.
Okay, that makes sense to me. Thank you. Yeah, cha cha, ja ja, nya.
Yeah, that's more of a m, than a nya. There's no ya
No,
sound.
no,
M,
no.
m.
There's no nya.
Not a nya here because there's no ya. It's just m,
No, no, no,
m.
no, no,
Ja.
no. Check, kakaga, no.
Elena, I can hear you. Sorry, I was trying to listen. Hear Christina.
Yeah, no, Elena was saying it right. The tip of your tongue is on that bump on your palate. And you just say no. It's not a nya.
Okay.
It would be one if we had a combined consonant with n and ya, but we don't.
Okay.
Okay. Elena, the third Varga, unless somebody else wants to do it that hasn't
I
spoken.
can do it if somebody else not do it.
Okay, go
Can
ahead.
I?
Oh, yes. Who is that? Maria?
That's me, Julia.
Julia. I didn't know you were here. Okay, Julia.
Ta, ta, da, da, na.
Good. Am I hearing an or am I hearing an ah for the vowel?
I don't know.
Try
Ta,
again.
ta,
Uh.
ta, ta, da, da, na.
Good. Okay. Great. How about the fourth Varga? This one is just like Western languages, so should be easier.
All right, I will.
Okay.
Ta, ta, da, da, na.
Good. That was really good, Kathy. Good. And let's remember the second and fourth letters in each group are aspirated. So we want to get a little bit more breath sound into them. So we just did the fourth Varga, for instance, it's more like ta, ta, da, da, na. So ta, da, da, na. And this again is awkward. So you just force a little breath into your sound. So the second letter there would be t. It sounds a little, like too much effort, a little forced, but it is correct. T. Okay, who can do the fourth Varga? Someone who hasn't spoken yet?
The fifth.
Fifth, sorry. Go ahead.
Can I?
Yes, you.
Fa, fa, ba, ba, ma.
It was a really good bah. Yeah. So, and just don't forget the primal p, p, b, b, ma. Great. Okay, let's have the next slide. All right, now those are the main 25 consonants. There are 8 more. Here are 4 of them. The font is weird again, but what can I say? We're working on that. And these are the semi-vowels, sometimes called semiconsonants. And that means that they can function either as vowels or as consonants. Here they're written in that first line as their consonant forms. And I like to make a joke that if you're from New York City, maybe the Bronx, and you have a little boy who likes to not to fight, but to be kind to people, you say about him, he's not a fighter. You tell him, you're a lover. And that is what these 4 consonants are. Ya, ra, la, va. In a Bronx accent, it could mean you're a lover, because the way they talk, they say yara lava. So that's a New York joke. If nobody is from New York, you won't get it. But ya, ra, la, va. And underneath each, I've written their varga. So in the semivowels, we have no guttural, no first varga letter. We start with ya, which is palatal. Seems a little counterintuitive to me, but it's palatal by tradition. So we want to say ya. Everybody say ya with the tip of your tongue on the palate. Ya.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the ra is cerebral. So everybody say ra.
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 Right. And the la is dental.
La.
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 And the va is labial. So everybody say va.
Va.
Now, just a review point about the ra. It's one of the most challenging letters in Sanskrit. It has at least 5 different ways you can write it. You have to. Yeah, question? Just a comment. Okay. So we need to pay a little extra attention to it. And there's a slight difference in pronunciation when it's a consonant versus when it's a vowel. Now, at the bottom there, under the ra, under the 3, I've written the ra, which is the vowel form, the main vowel, standalone vowel form. And you're only going to see that when a word begins with ra at the beginning of a line. And the difference in pronunciation is the consonant is rolled in Sanskrit pretty heavily, like a Spanish or a Russian ra. So everybody say ra, ra.
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 Ra, ra, ra,
Ra.
ra.
Like the correct way to say
Ra.
raja in Sanskrit. Raja.
Raja.
Roja.
Ra.
And raja means king, right? Now, the vowel form is a much softer sound, and we sing it in the vowel song, and that is er, er. Everybody say er,
Er.
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 Okay, so
Er.
good. The consonant is r with a r,
Ra.
Ra.
and the
Ra.
vowel is er, er.
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 Yeah, with the cerebral tongue position, er, er. And to me, it sounds a little bit more like a French R, er, er. But the consonant is very strongly rolled, like Spanish or Russian. R. Okay. All right, let's see. All right, let's think about the ways you can write these. And I'm not showing you examples because I want you to sort of get a concept of the different ways the consonant r and the vowel er are written. If it is a consonant, there are 3 ways you can write it. Either it's this letter, the second one in this row, ra, or it's written as a semicircle above the sutra, above the letter after the ra, or after well, it's written on top of the consonant after the vowel, or it's written as a short downstroke coming off of the left of one of the other consonants. So we'll see some examples as we go along, but please remember that. And there are at least 2 forms that I can think of the vowel form of er. And if it's, as I mentioned, at the beginning of a line in a word like ershi, which means sage or master, it's going to look like this, the bottom character written on this slide. But in most cases, when the vowel er is in the middle of a word, it's going to be a small semicircle under the letter. So the consonant semicircle would be above the sutra, and the vowel semicircle would be under the letter. So let's try the next slide. Okay. So can anybody read the first word? It has an R in
Could
it.
I? Could I try?
Yes.
Amarta.
Say it,
Amarta.
say it again.
Amarta.
Amarta. Perfect. Amarta. So what is that semicircle under that letter?
Buku R. Semivowel.
Semivowel, but is it functioning here as a vowel or as a consonant?
Vowel.
Согласна.
It's a vowel. And we know this because it's underneath the letter. Now, who can pronounce the second word there?
It's Varga.
Varga. And is that R functioning as a vowel or a semicircle?
It's a consonant.
Right. Consonant, not semicircle. It's a consonant. And how do we know that?
It's above the sutra.
It's above the sutra. And sutra has a long oo, so we have to hold.
Sutra.
I have to put my drum. Okay, great. Now, the semicircle, this is a strange font. I'm trying to get us to get Sanskrit 2003 in our slides, but I don't know, not working all the time. So the semicircle can be different shape for the vowel and for the consonant, but don't be distracted. It's still some kind of a semicircle, and that will mean either it's a vowel or a consonant. Now, in the first word, let's notice a few things. What is that first letter? So
Short
a what?
Short
Short perfect. Why is it short?
Because there's one downstroke.
One downstroke only. And it's an initial vowel. So it's written in its traditional form that we learn the vowels in, but that we rarely see it in. And how many long vowels do you see in this word? Trick question.
None.
None. All short vowels. And the second word is a slightly different shape, but it's still an but here it's a ra, not a r. Okay, let's have the next slide. Okay, so we had the 5 Vargas, 25 main consonants, which we recited, and the 4 semivowels. Here are the last of the consonants. This is the sibilant group, and that orphan letter, which for some reason doesn't seem to have a place in any of the other groups, and that is the letter H. Now, this is the way we typically recite these letters. Sa, shra, kra, H. Notice that we have no labial sibilant. We only have a dental, a cerebral, a palatal, and a guttural. So let's say these letters according to the proper tongue position, mouth position for each one. Say with me. Sha,
Oh.
ra,
Ra,
sha, and ha.
ha.
Sha, shra, shra, and ha.
Kra,
Sha. No, not kra. It's sa.
ksha.
Yeah. Sa, shra, shra, and ha. Don't be shy. Say aloud. open your mics. Sa,
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 Sha,
Ra,
Sha,
Sha,
and
Sha,
Ha.
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 Okay.
Ha.
And to be very honest, the third and second vargas, typically we just pronounce them as Sha, because it's really difficult when you're reading a lot of Devanagari to say Sha and Sha. So if we say Sha, that's pretty good. That we know what's
Ra,
absolutely correct. Go ahead. Say again. Somebody was just excited.
Ra, Ra,
Good. Okay.
Ra.
Next slide. Okay. So here is the consonant grid with whether they are aspirated or unaspirated marked. I'm sorry, the justification is a little bit off for the columns. The last column should be nasal, even though it looks like nasal is over the last two columns, should be over the last one. And we sort of know this already. And the important new information here is that the green letters are called hard letters, and the blue letters are called soft letters. And this is important, not at the moment, but later when we learn more Sandhi rules. When we learn Sandhi, in many cases, we will have to know whether a consonant is hard or soft in order to know what kind of Sandhi to apply to it. So the way I remember it is I visualize the grid, the 5x5 grid, and then I just remember the first two columns are hard. Now, it is also the case that the three sibilants are considered to be hard letters, but not the H. The H is considered to be soft. So, and does everyone understand? Is everyone clear about how to add the aspirated breath sound to the aspirated letters? Any
Yes.
questions? Yeah, okay, good. Yeah, we've gone over that a number of times. Okay, so let's have the next slide. And Marina and Amirta are going to put up a whiteboard. So we're going to play consonant hopscotch. And that means that I will call out a letter by its varga and its column notification. Is it aspirated, unaspirated, or nasal? And then one of you will write in the letter, and you can write it either in Ayast or in Devanagari. So Marina, do we need any special instructions, or can they just click on something and write?
Just click and maybe just we need choice pen.
They need what?
Pen.
And
Pen for draw.
under draw on your top line, menu line, choose draw, then pick a pen, and then you can drag it into the proper grid and write. Okay. So how about a unaspirated first varga letter? Which one is that? It's only one.
It's Ka.
Ka. Actually, you're right. I should have said hard. Unaspirated, hard. First varga letter. Ka. Very good. All right. Now, what about a soft fourth varga aspirated letter? You know which varga line it's in, the fourth varga. Yes, the. Excellent. All right, and then here's something to notice. A first varga aspirated soft letter. Nope, that's hard. Yes, that's aspirated. I'm sorry, when I said no, that should have been, I meant it's unaspirated. This one is aspirated. And if you look at the Devanagari for the ga and the da, they look very similar. So we have to learn how to distinguish between those two Devanagari letters. Okay. Fifth varga nasal. That's the easy one. Not too many choices.
Ma.
Very perfect. That's exactly right. Yes. And a fourth varga, hard, unaspirated.
Ta.
Ta, write it in if you can, or someone write it in. No, that is soft, hard one. Yeah, right there. Ta. Yeah, don't forget the abugida requires a vowel. Very good. What about a second varga nasal?
Na.
Yes. And it typically will have let me remember what the I asked is. I think it is the little curved mark above the N as though it were Spanish, the tilde. Yeah, like that. And just to round things out, a third varga, soft, unaspirated letter.
Da.
Da. Yes, very good. And that one, we're not looking at the Devanagari right now, but it looks just like a first varga nasal. Which one is that?
Na.
Na. And that one has a dot over it, over the N. Yeah. Now, when we look at the Devanagari, that na and the third varga da are exactly the same form, except for one thing. The na has a dot next to it in the Devanagari. So we'll have to watch out for some of these as we go along. Okay, you guys are good. Let's have the next slide, Marina. Amirta. Yes, thank you. Share the whiteboard. Okay, she did that. Now, last week we had a question on how to write the mantra sound that goes with hung. And there's a very, very famous mantra, and that is Om Hung. Now, it's a very special word group, this mantra. It doesn't necessarily observe normal writing or grammar rules. So these are very holy syllables. In Sanskrit, these syllables are called bija. Say bija. I wrote it down there at the bottom. B,
Bija.
long E, bija.
Bija.
And bija, bija. Bija is a word that means seed, S-E-E-D, seed. So these are seed syllables. Very basic, very primal, very holy sounds. So I looked on the internet to see what's a good description of bija, and I found a nice description. Bija's syllables are the quintessence of mantra. They are the ultimate condensation of the Dharma, containing infinite meaning in a single syllable.
Wow.
Yeah, huh? So you can understand the holiness and the specialness of this mantra. Om Aha Hum. So they're written in ways that don't follow normal rules. Like, let's look at the first symbol there. That's Om. Everybody say Om.
Om.
It consists of the the U, and the vowel.
Om.
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 And it's an anusvara, which we've studied in the past a lot, but it's a lunate anusvara. It has that circle, crescent circle underneath it, and the anusvara on top. And then it has that funny mark after the initial sort of look, and you won't see that anywhere else. So this is a very special way to write this very holy sound, Om. It's also correct to write it with a long and a normal anusvara on top, but this is the traditional way you will see it when it's in a mantra. Who's laughing? Why is this funny? Tell me.
No, because it's so like from one side is easy, from other side is holy. It's like
Yes. These seem very simple, don't they?
yeah, it looks like very simple, but it's so holy. So it's like nobody knows this actually.
Nobody knows this but we who study it. And when you all enter Diamond Way with Geshe Michael later this year, you will understand even more about how holy this is. Okay, so the second symbol there is 2 beats. I have to get my drum. Hang on. Okay, so the first one is Om, 2 beats. Om. Everybody say Om. Om.
Om.
Om. Okay. And the second one is a long so it's visarga. I mean visarga. With a breath sound.
Ah.
2 beats. With a breath. Yeah. Om. And the last one, I forget if it's Maria or Elena asked last week. That is Hum. Now, why we have Anusvara, we can't really explain it, in grammatical rationale. But that is the H sound that's in that sibilant group of consonants with the Anusvara. And what is that mark at the very bottom? Who can tell me what that is?
It's a short vowel U.
U.
50%. It's an U, but is it long or short?
Oh, is it? It's long.
It's long. If it were short, it would be flipped. So I like to think of this as a numeral 9 lying on its side, but that's just me. So this is an unusual sound also. It's long oo, so 2 beats, and anusvara, so you nasalize that vowel very strongly. You send
So,
it.
which varga is it?
Which varga?
The nasal.
Well, anusvara is not in a varga. Anusvara is a mark that affects the quality of how you say the vowel, and it makes a vowel very nasal. So you send it right up, straight up your nose. Very nasal sound. Does that make sense?
So there's no consonant at the end. Just a vowel, just a nasal vowel.
Yeah, the consonant is at the beginning. It's the h with the oo and the anusvara. So 3 elements in this seed syllable.
Okay, so there's no nasal consonant at the end.
Nope.
Okay.
No. And our anusvara rule is confusing because, as we mentioned last week, anusvara does not occur at the end of a line. But in this bija syllable, it does. So it doesn't make grammatical sense. It's unique. So we're going to say home.
But in we clearly hear m sound.
Yeah, well, here, often when it's transliterated, it is always, in fact, transliterated either as HUM or HUNG.
Yeah, so what's the correct way to?
Neither is incorrect because this is unique. What people are trying to do when they transliterate is create that sound that we're making with the nasalized ooh. And to some people, it sounds like an M, and to some people, it sounds like NG. It's a sound that we're trying to capture in letters. So the main thing is to remember it's a long 2-beat syllable, and it sounds like everybody say. Yeah, so you see how you nasalize that, and it sounds like you're ending it with a consonant, but no consonant is written there. Does that answer your part of your question?
Yes.
It's one of the things we must accept. So let's all, to end our beautiful class here today, recite this very powerful mantra with 3 long vowels and the proper anusvara or visarga. Okay, so here we go. Om,
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 mm,
Om, Right, very special. Okay, we didn't get to our translation or our verbs yet. So let me just say thank you for coming to class today. Please dedicate your work here today. Promise me you will dedicate and rejoice tonight in everything you've done to keep Sanskrit alive on earth and to spread the Dharma using it in this very holy way. And think about attending the Mixed Nuts session on Monday, January 26th. It's at 4:00 Arizona time. And basically, we're not 100% sure that we will do the Bodhisattva Charyavatara, but I think it's scheduled. It is scheduled, so the chances are good that we will do it. and I will see if I can get the opportunity for some of us to read Sanskrit in that class if you come. And I would love to get Sanskrit, our Sanskrit studies, to the point where in this class we habitually have the opportunity to read Sanskrit. So with your support, we will do this. Thank you again. Thank you, Kathy, for your
you.
and I will see you next time in Sanskrit class. Bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Девочки, а кто может сбросить, какие стихи учить? Это в чате где-то есть? Текст, который надо выучить. У кого-то есть под рукой? Хочу выучить. В чате. А можно его закрепить где-то, если можно? Потому что я его не нашла. Или, Марина, если можешь, сбрось мне в личку, если получится. Спасибо большое. Всем пока. Спасибо, спасибо.